Hello, and welcome back to this thing that we're doing with the Draft and Draw series. Or was it Draw and Draft? I have bad memory when it comes to these things. Let's get back to let's welcome back to the third episode of this series. So after those adjustments I made, I took it. Me and my friend duked it out for a few rounds. We did 2 rounds with a Sauron deck, and then one with a deck he just threw together with a bunch of cards he liked, which would a rainbow deck that he just threw together randomly. Yeah, that didn't work out well, given he didn't really know what the deck was all about. But but with the pre-con deck, it was versus Sauron, and this winter deck was versus Sauron, and I would like to say that we went 1-for-1. He won the first. I want to say he won the first match, or no, I won the first match. Basically, I basically ended up with more health than he did, but then he won the second match because basically I couldn't deal with his creatures fast enough, and I lost steam when my commander went died basically, which is a big feature I find around this deck. If I don't have winter out, my deck is basically dead in the water. It doesn't have it doesn't really have card draw. It doesn't really have any way of hurting other players. I mean, how else am I going to be searching my deck for mana and stuff like that? Well, I have very few cards that allow me to search my deck and stuff like that because of what we drew. So winter is a keystone, and that is a weakness of my thing. But other than that, once you start getting like a bunch of mana and stuff like that out, and then I get the room that allows me to, I think it's the greenhouse room. When I get that unlocked, that means I don't have to worry about any type of mana. I just have to worry about the number of lands I have out in the field. Furthermore, I'm not really affected by any kind of anti-artifact play. I'm more affected by anti-enchantment plays and I'd say big monsters, but really it's more. I got rid of Sauron in his deck. In the second game, I got rid of Sauron multiple times, but every time he just kept on coming back and back and back. And because he had a card that allowed him to basically take one of my spells and just use it after it's been exiled, he gave his Sauron +1 and double strike, which just and he got to hit me twice. So that's after wiping out all my other cards. I don't really have a way to deal with flying enemies either. Beyond like the one or two board wipes I have. So, yeah, it's kind of difficult. But other than that, it's a fun deck. I do enjoy it. And, in other news, I went through my blue, white, and white cards to try and put together something that works. Unfortunately, I don't really have a legendary creature besides Marvin, and unfortunately, he's colorless, so I actually have to probably try and roll like some kind of blue-white commander because all I have is the what is it? White, green, red, or something like that. White, green. Sorry, no, it was white green commander. Sorry, a white green legendary creature wizard. And I mean that's fine, but most of my green cards are in the winter deck right now, so I can't really use any of that for the purpose of you know, putting together this this a deck for that. So we just take it and we hope for the best for the future. But I did actually make a choice to spice up this episode. See, I decided, because my LGS had cheap these card packs for $5.99, I decided to get them. So we are going to see what kind of cards we can get to supplement either this deck or this deck. Hopefully I get a commander out of this. Otherwise, these are just kind of going in the pile. Alright, so our first card, Acrobatic Cheerleader. Second main phase, if it's tapped, put a flying counter on it. Ability triggers only once. Okay. Ticket Booth and Tunnel of Hate. The first one is Manifest Dread. The second one is whenever you attack, attacking creature getting double strike until end of turn. That's not bad. Bale Merc Leech. Whenever an enchantment you control enters, and whenever you fully unlock a room, each opponent loses 1 life. Okay. Spine Seeker Centipede is an insect. Search your library for a basic land, reveal it, and put it into your hand, then shuffle. With Delirium, it gets +1/+2 and has Vigilance so long as you're... so long as Delirium starts. Erratic Apparition, Flying Vigilance. It has Eerie. Whenever it enters or fully unlocked, it gets a +1/+1. And it's a 1/3. Clockwork Percussionist. We've gotten this before. It's just like a deaf card that allows you to exile the top card of your library. It's fine. Glimmer Burst, which we've had before. Fear of Burning Alive, which is a red card. When it enters, it deals 4 damage to each opponent. Whenever a source you control deals non-combat damage and Delirium is active, Fear of Burning deals that much deals that amount of damage to a target creature that player controls. Another baseball bat. Unnerving Grasp. It's a return to hand and a Manifest Dread card. Another Altanak. That's okay. Victor Valgavoff Seneschal, which is a legendary creature, human warlock. That is for white and black. Okay. Alright, so whenever enchantment you control enters, or whenever you fully unlock a room, surveil 2. If it is the first time this ability has resolved this turn, if it's the second time, each opponent discards a time. If it's the third time, the creature card, put a creature card and resurrect it. There's a forest, and then there's a Spectral Snatcher foil. I do like Spectral Snatcher, that's a nice card. Spooky Ghost Lady. She's got a lovely smile. That big, wide, gaping mouth. It's hard on this camera, but yeah. If you're wondering what I was doing there, that's because I have this camera flipped horizontally and flipped that vertically as well. because I have it facing this way. Alright, time for a second pack. Let's see if we can get any luckier. Enable the Scream, which we've had before. Fear and Mobility, which we've had before. Hand That Feeds, Winter Intervention, Wary Watchdog. I do like that card. Creeping Peeper, Cackling Slasher, Popular Egotist. Sacrifice another creature enchantment. Oh, you sacrifice a creature enchantment and this card gets indestructible end of turn. Then you tap it. And then whenever you sacrifice a permanent, opponent loses 1 life and you gain 1 life. Intruding Soul Rager is a spirit. It has Vigilance. You can tap it to sacrifice a room. Intruding Soul Rager deals 2 damage to each opponent. Draw a card. Glimmer Seeker. At the beginning of your second main phase, if Glimmer Seeker is tapped, draw a card. If you control a Glimmer creature. If you don't control a Glimmer creature, create a 1/1 Glimmer enchantment creature token. Unwilling Vessel, Vigilance, Eerie, put a possession counter on Unwilling Vessel. When it dies, create an XX blue spirit token with flying where X is number of counters on Unwilling Vessel. Okay. Omnivorous Flytrap. It has Delirium. When Delirium enters or attacks, if there are 4 or more card types among cards in your graveyard, distribute 2 1/1 counters among 1 or 2 target creatures. If there are 6 or more card types in your graveyard, double the number of 1/1 counters on those creatures. That's good. That would probably do well in that deck right there. A Murky Sewer. Oh, Clammy Prowler. When it attacks, another target attacking creature can't be blocked this turn. And next we have Insect card. Okay? Insect token. I need one of those for that deck. Alright, we have Fear of the Dark, which we've gotten before. Bashful Beastie. When it dies, manifests Dread. Okay. It's 4 green, 5, 4 power. Underwater Tunnel and Slimy Aquarium. First one being Surveil 2. And then second one being Manifest Dread and 1/1 counter on that Dread. Merge from Cocoon, Rip Chain Razorkin, Found Footage, Murder, Vengeful Possession. Gain control of target creature until end of turn. Untap it, it gains haste until end of turn. You may discard a card. If you do, draw a card. That might help with like bigger cards. Create 3 1/1 red gremlin creature tokens. Gremlin tokens you control gain menace, life they can haste until end of turn. I don't really have any gremlin cards. Surgical Suite and Hospital Room. When you unlock this creature, return target creature card with mana value 3 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. Whenever you attack, put a 1/1 counter on target attacking creature. Ooh, this is an interesting card feature. Look at that design. Withering Torment. Or target creature or enchantment. You lose 2 life, which is fine. Oh, okay. This is like some special artwork. Guess there's like a cultist deck or something like that. I'll foil that, and then Just some artwork there. I have like 4 Stalked Researchers. Here's the next one. Oh, we got some counters here. And then we have Final Vengeance, which we've gotten. Spine Seeker Centipede, which we've gotten today. There. Rack Apparition, which we've gotten today. Hardened Escort. Whenever Hardened Escort attacks, another target creature control gets +1/+0 and gains Indestructible end of turn. Vicious Clown. Whenever creature with power 2 or less enters, Vicious Clown gets +2 until end of turn. Twist Reality, Trapped in the Screen. Another Altanak. What the heck? Is that supposed to be rare? I don't know. Fear Abduction, Violent Urge, Sporogenic Infection, Rip, Spawn Hunter. Ooh, that's a green-white thing. At the beginning of your second main phase, this Rip Spawn Hunter is tapped. Reveal the top X cards of your library, where X is power. Put any number of creature and or vehicle token cards with different powers from among them into your hand. Put the rest on the bottom of your library in random order. I'm getting a lot of green-white cards I could probably do. There's Plains, and then Shiny Monstrous Emergence. Choose a creature you control or reveal a creature card from your hand. Deals damage equal to the power of the creature you chose or the card you revealed to target creature. Okay, that's not bad. Fanatic of the Heroine, Grasping the Long Neck, Don't Make a Sound, Shepherding Spirits, which are flying and plane cycling. Okay. Ragged Playmate, which we've had. Fear of Lost Teeth, it deals 1 damage to any target and you gain 1 life. Bedhead Beastie, can't be blocked by 2 or more creatures, and it's mountain cycling. Target creature gets +2/+2 in life until end of turn. Stay Hidden, Stay Silent, Ethereal Armor, Fear of Exposure, Cursed Recording, when you cast an instant or sorcery spell, put a time counter on Cursed Recording. If there are 7 or more time counters on it, remove those counters, and it deals 20 damage to you. When you next cast an instant or sorcery spell this turn, copy that spell. You may choose new targets for the copy. I don't really. Maybe. Water or blue. Then Patchwork Beastie, which is an artifact creature. It can't attack or block unless our Delirium is activated. At the beginning of your upkeep, you may mill a card. I was really hoping for a blue-white commander. Something like that. But seems like a green-white card is in the that might be it. Then again, there is also room for a black-white card, which would be around Fear and Nightmares. I do have good rooms for that. Whoops, I'm causing my thing to move around unnecessarily. Sorry about that, if that gives any motion sickness. At the very least, I think I should consider a black-white deck and a, what was that, a white-green deck. Just because those are the cards I have for it. I think that definitely will be there. No, I'm just going to put that there. There. We'll put that aside. No, I'm not going to bother with that. Maybe that. I'll replace Spectral Snatcher in my electric deck with that. Wait, did I get to Altanak the price? Yes, so I have 3 copies of Altanak. That is interesting. Probably the best looking card right here, because it's like an old man with a vision of Moth there and stuff like that. Yeah, but let's see. I think Oil Bill Tripper. Should get replaced by this card. I like Innocuous Rat. This room might be on the cutting floor. I might not take that. These are the high priority cards right here. I've never been impressed with this card right here. It's fine, but no, this card is already shiny, so I don't need it. That's unfortunate. And for Pete Hasana, I much prefer this effect. I'm going to get rid of Painter Studio and Face Gallery because I do not care for them. So I'll replace it with this. And I'll take Resurrected Cultist and place it with this. Clockwork Percussionist gets replaced by this artifact here. Clammy Prowler is a blue creature. Three damage is hard to get, but it is. I think this ragged playmate is actually harder to play than this Withering Torment. And with that, I think we've basically gone through our deck again and replaced it. Am I happy with what we've drawn? Not particularly. I kind of wanted to get another commander deck out of this, but without the proper legendary creature or planeswalker, I can't get that. I'd probably have to look elsewhere for a commander, and I do not want to open up. Maybe I should open up more booster packs from this, but money's going to be a bit tight in the future, so this is going to be the last episode for a while, probably. Or maybe I'll give an update on this deck. But otherwise, what do I want to talk about? You know what I'll end this with? The Aristocrats.